All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. 18 Outdoors. Subscribe, like, however. And today we're going to talk about some hummingbird stuff. In Alabama here we got the ruby-throated hummingbird, so that's, you just seen a little clip of a male that we got hanging out. We got some males here right now. They're coming in. The girls are on the nest. They're getting ready to have their babies. So Kathy's got 3 or 4 feeders out right now. One in the front yard and 2 or 3 in the back, and they're spread out. So she's going to talk about the best way to make hummingbird nectar for you feeders. This is the best, safest way. It's good for them. It don't hurt them. And she's going to explain that to you. And I'll show you a feeder and talk about a little more outside.
Hey everyone. I'm going to make hummingbird stuff, and I use 1 cup of sugar, and I use 4 cups of water. This is a 2 cup, so we just do 2 of these. And then I put it on high and let it boil. You want to let it boil till it's just clear. And then you let it cool. And then I save my old milk jugs. I wash them out real good. And then I'll put it in here when it gets cold. And then after it gets cold, I put it in the hummingbird feeders. And it's all natural. You don't use no dyes, because dyes are bad for the hummingbirds. They just like the white, because you got your red on the feeders.
Right. Okay, I'm going to walk outside and talk to the feeders a little bit more and talk about them. Like she said, you want to use a clear, you don't need to put any food coloring in it, no dye, anything like that, because your feeders are already a color, and that's what draws the hummingbirds in. Also, they get used to it over the years. Like we got the same hummingbirds that come back every year, so you want to kind of keep them clean. You want to fill them up. You don't really want to fill them up. You want to fill them up about halfway. Depends on how many hummingbirds you got and how much you're using it. Then once a week, you want to change them out and clean them and stuff. Clean with a bottle brush, stuff like that. Be careful of what chemicals you use, because you don't want to kill them or anything like that or harm them. So again, she's gonna boil it, and it's gonna be clear. It's natural. Any impurities are boiled out of it, any contaminants or anything like that. So we've got males hitting these pretty good. That's right there by our deck where we can see it. And we've got another one back here in the back by our little arbor and sitting area stuff, and stuff's starting to turn green. So hummingbirds are coming in, other birds nesting, stuff like that. So got the other one back here. Another thing is not to worry about is don't worry about the ants or the bees, because there's no way you can stop them. You can see a bunch of honeybees on that one right now, so they'll come in here, and the hummingbirds will get in there active with them, and it don't bother them a bit. They'll eat just as good and compete with them, with the bees and and other stuff. And it's just part of nature. There's no way you can stop any of them other critters from getting on there, the ants and stuff like that. You can get some that's got like little water things that'll stop the ants from getting in there, but over time, you'll be fighting kind of a losing battle. So anyway, that's our setup. We got one in the front, and then here, as the months go along, by next month she'll probably have 8 to 12 or 13 hummingbird feeders out. Just see the activity start to pick up, then she'll actually start increasing the stuff, and then watching it, keeping up. Like I say, you want to keep it fresh and keep it clean. That way, no contaminants, nothing to worry about. A good source for them. And then we have some that's building a nest right here somewhere, and by July there'll be 25 to 35 or more hummingbirds flying around here, and it's a cool thing. You can be sitting here, like sitting in that swing and some of these chairs, something like that, and got an area set up where you can watch them, and it's a cool thing. It's cool for the grandkids to see, and plus you're giving them something to eat on. They eat a lot of little bugs and stuff too, but the hummingbird stuff, the nectar that you make, and the flowers that you plant helps them a lot. Some of them are just stopping by on their way up to Canada. They'll go all the way up to Canada from South America. Then some of them are homestead around here, and they'll stay till almost November. And That's a, you know, it's a cool form of entertainment. It's a cool habitat to have in your yard. Just something to do for you while you're sitting out here by the fire that you build and stuff like that, and watch them, and then have company over and, you know, stuff like that, and kind of compare notes on what you got and anything, if you see anything different and stuff like that. So anyway, that's what we got. So we're getting ready. There went one flying by, so we're getting ready to put some more stuff out. She's blowing it right now, so y'all have a good one. Get back on the channel if you don't care. Subscribe, you know, share, kind of tell everybody, and nice having y'all, and we'll see y'all later.